This is part 2 of our series on looking at the energetic root cause of illness and injury.
Let's talk about what intuition really is.
Let's look at all the places intuition and ego show up in your life.
Let's share honestly.
Let's do the research.
I'm Jamie Hayhurst.
I'm Heather Wood.
This is the Intuitive Girl's Guide.
This episode will play uninterrupted after a brief message from our sponsors.
You know what goes great with podcast listening?
A great cup of coffee from a great coffee shop. Restoration Coffee. Can we go?
Yeah, check them out and visit restoration-coffee.com.
You can victim blame if the victim is yourself, right? Like you can victim blame, like I brought this upon myself. This is this boohoo, classic me, story of my life. You can be like a Debbie Downer about it if you want.
Sure.
Or you could take this information, these patterns that that you're picking up about yourself, and you can use them to be like, okay, this is okay. What are we looking at here?
Absolutely.
Right. Like, and do a little assessment. Like, here I am.
Yep.
This is what usually happens with me. Yes. How do I move through this?
And then you're not fighting it.
Womp,
yes, you're not fighting against it.
Right.
This is like a very small example, but to go to the MRI or to go to the room where someone's going to look at you, you have to walk. Mm-hmm. And I can't sit in a wheelchair because it hurts worse than walking.
Or waiting in the emergency room, you couldn't sit. So you stood on crutches for 4 hours?
I stood on one foot. Yeah, it was a good time. So I have to walk. And I do this you've seen it. It's better than the first time you saw it, but like this kind of shuffly, like, strange looking walk, and it's slow. Okay. So this disruptor is like, there's this nurse like leading me to the room.
And you're like, let's go.
And I'm just like, well, I'm disrupting your whole day.
Right, exactly. She's got places to be.
But the thing is, if I know that script is coming up,
right,
I try not to be self-deprecating because we both do that.
I'm pro.
You are
pro.
Gold medal. Yeah, exactly. But oh my God, it drives me crazy because she's really good at it and she's funny and people laugh at it, and then I just want to fight them all. And I'm like, don't fall for it. Into that. So I'll just say something. Once I embraced it a little bit more, I would just say something like, I'm sorry that I'm slowing you down so much. This is my top speed right now, and like make some sort of joke like that, right. Perfect. And then it lightens the tension. They usually say like, take your time,
right?
No big deal. I'm not in a rush,
right?
You know what I mean? So it addresses the thing instead of sitting there like, oh my God,
I'm the worst.
Even Matt will be like, slow down, because he knows I'm trying to go fast. So it's just like, but again, if you're aware, like, oh, I don't want to disrupt you. And you're going to think like, first of all, you always want to be accommodating. But if you think about how that connects to being a revealer, like it's sort of like the balance of it. Yeah. Like, I'm going to reveal this thing to you. So I'm also going to be accommodating so you can take it.
Right. Exactly.
So I don't know. I just think it's kind of interesting.
I love it.
I think everyone should kind of explore it. Now, the other part of this I want to also look at is, what are the good stories you tell about yourself? You might not say them out loud, but you have them in your head about like why you're kind of a rock star at dealing. Like, for you, example, what would you say, like, if you were injured, let's say, what would you say, like, this is how I'm good at? If I'm injured, you don't have to worry about me in this respect.
Oh, well, I'm great where you're awful. Oh. So I'm actually thrilled to be like still and sitting and sleeping. That feels and resting. Good for your system. Like, that's fine for me. I can fully like get on board with the rest and the slowing down.
You are good at taking care of yourself in that way, like that feminine energy of like wrap the cloak around and like do what you need to do, and then go
put on a movie, put on music, get like create a scene, like a vibe. Yes. And do that.
You are really good at that. Yeah. So it's like you sort of create the environment that you need to handle it. Yeah. How about with like having a under the surface aneurysm? What are you, I know what I think you're good at handling, but how would you say that?
I think with that particular situation, I think I'm good at like being realistic about it and like practical and not being like super dramatic and like like, oh, this is the death of me, and like, oh, feel bad for me and pity me, and I'm going to be just like my father, and like nothing. Like I feel in this situation like very like, all right, I've got a lot of information.
Yep.
I've literally lived through this.
Yep.
And I'm at one of the best hospitals in the world.
Yep.
And so I think I can like appreciate the tools that I have and like the team I have. You know, I have a husband who's like a first responder.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if I do drop onto the floor, he knows how to take care of me.
Right, exactly.
You know, I have you who won't let me ignore anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but what do you think?
Well, I agree 100%. I think I would have phrased it that like, you don't let something like that disempower you.
No.
I have seen you take it. I've seen you deal with it. Like, it's not like you skipped it, but I've seen you also sort of go like, I have more information than my dad did. I have more, like, I'm, you know, medicine has come further. I know, like, I've seen you take it and decide to be empowered by it.
Yeah. It does feel like an opportunity to like rewrite the wrong.
Yes, but that's a decision.
Yes.
Because this is also your trauma.
100%.
I mean, like,
oh, this is like probably my one main trauma.
It's the root to they all draw back to this area. Yeah, exactly. So like, you could easily just be like mad.
Yeah, or in a hole, like just waiting to die.
Yeah, exactly. But you never chose that.
No.
You know, you chose to look at it differently.
No, I feel like my dad got like a really bad hand. Like I feel like it was just a series of unfortunate events.
Yep.
And I feel like I'm being given like all of the things he wasn't. So for me to be like, oh, guess I'm going to die now. Like it would be squandering the things that I wish that we had for him.
Yes.
Looking back on it.
I agree. I also think you're a very good emotional processor. Mm-hmm. Like you don't, I mean, this is your process. If it's okay to share.
Yeah.
Avoid, completely deal with it, move on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like
head first. Right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready. Deal with it. Smack me in the face. Got it.
Fix it. Done.
Move on at rapid pace. Yeah. So I think that's good too. I think also that your claircognizance helps you with your being a revealer. Mm-hmm. So much so that, again, we can cut this if this is too personal. I watched your claircognizance save your life with this issue.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How so?
You, for all of the time we have been friends, had no interest in going to the gym.
Oh, that's true.
No interest in working out. You didn't even want to go for a walk.
No.
Okay.
True.
You had like complete demand avoidance about all of that. Okay. And one day, literally, you were like, I'm going to the gym. I need to make some changes. Mm-hmm. You lost weight. You were working out. You like healthy. And there was nothing.
No.
Nothing was a catalyst. Mm-mm. It was just like a switch flipped.
Yes.
And then after, when you were like, you're in this like terrific shape, you go to the doctor and they're like, oh, we found this aneurysm.
Yeah.
And had you not done that, it could have burst.
It could have burst, and the doctors would have been like, you have to, like he had said, like if you hadn't lost all this weight, that would have been the first thing I said to you, is that you have to lose this weight.
And then you would have been being told by someone else.
I would have been panicking. It would have felt like I was like racing against time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So you're right that I did sort of, I think I energetically clicked into it like a couple years ago.
Yeah, you literally saved your own life, and you just were following an instinct, like an intuition, and you never knew what it was or why, which is like the trickiness of claircognizance. That's claircognizance. But you've learned to trust it, and you did. And then, I just remember you being like, they literally said, if I hadn't just done all this, I would. Yeah,
I would be doing it.
It would be crunch time.
Yeah, but they were like, oh no, you're good. Like, keep living your life. Like,
incredible.
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah.
I just think that's
it's
amazing.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
No problem. Yeah. But I just think that's interesting. Like, if you're going to be a revealer, if you like find stuff under the surface, of course you're a claircognizant.
Right.
That's what that is.
That makes sense.
All of them just know
it's
stuff.
Already under there.
Really operates below the surface all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's really incredible.
Yeah.
To draw those things. I would say for me, I am good at withstanding. So like whatever, you got to stand on one foot in an emergency room for 4.5 hours to get help. Okay.
I mean, sometimes a little too much.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. You've got to, get on this table when you can't lift your legs.
Right. We'll
figure it out. Like, I'm never gonna say I can't do it. I'm going to figure out a way to get through it and to do it. And it might be hard and it might be terrible and I might cry.
You're not a quitter though.
But I'm going to figure out a way to withstand it. And I think that, I had to have an MRI today, as you know. It happened to be incredibly claustrophobic.
Into the tunnel you went.
And I was going in being like, also it was 2, so that meant it was like almost an hour in the machine.
No, no good.
I like going in was like, oh God, this is gonna be awful. But I was like, well, I just have to get through it. Like time is kind of an illusion. Like this is gonna suck, but like as soon as it's over, it's done with. It's no longer something I have to deal with. Right. So did I hit the panic button in the first 30 seconds? I did.
You just needed a little reset.
In case that I just need 30 seconds, deep breaths, get these warm blankets off me.
Too warm.
And let me have my eyes closed before you start pushing me in.
Right.
And we're going to be just fine, team. Yep. And we did, right?
Right.
Now, the toxic part of withstanding would have been like, I'll just have a full panic attack this whole time and like watch me withstand it. And I would do that. That's in line. But there's also this part of me that's going like, take what you need because you can do this. Take 30 seconds because if you take that 30 seconds now, you can do the hour.
Right. I think that in like the work that you've done for yourself and growing up and maturing and whatever, like that, I think before like that withstanding may have been like used, you may have weaponized it against yourself. Like it was like anyone could easily use that withstanding as like self-harm.
Do you remember, of course you do, on the show Alone?
Yeah.
When there'll be contestants who are like, I'm really good at suffering. And like they're bragging about it.
Yes.
And I'm like, ooh, there's a line there where that is an asset.
Yes.
But like what you're saying, like, but you can turn it on yourself and just be like, I deserve this suffering. Right.
Exactly.
Like for me, there's this little bit of toxicness of like, I'm more worthy and strong if I can I'm
not complaining.
Yeah, and look at me get through this. And you'll give me a gold star at the end because I got through it better than everyone in the whole entire world. You know what I mean? There is that in me. And I have to be aware of it all the time. But if you keep your toes on the correct side of that, it can be a strength. Right. Like...
I actually think the example of you like asking for the 30 seconds to like regroup and restart is a perfect example of like a balanced...
Yes.
Withstanding. Like you needed to align like the things you needed to get through it.
Yeah.
You stood up for yourself and you vocalized that.
You mean when I disrupted the MRI?
You disrupted the MRI literally with the button. But then you did it. Then you withstood it.
Yes.
Right. But it wasn't fully at the sacrifice of yourself and your mental health and your panic attack. It wasn't that.
Disruption was very minor for everyone else.
Correct.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
How many times have they probably had to pull someone out of there?
Like probably 5 times a day.
Exactly. Like, and they were so kind about it. But I was also like, I haven't lost control of myself, but I need 30 seconds to do this. Right. And I told you, they were like, can you try to slow down your breathing? And I was like, that'd be great. Like, have you never had a panic attack? I can't.
Exactly.
That's why I need the 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah. My eyes open, I can see the ceiling.
Right.
And then throw me back in there and I'll withstand it. And I did. Like, so I just think it's important to like know yourself, but know your bullshit because it's all playing a part.
Exactly.
And it's all patterned. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you're not having super unique experiences every time.
Right.
It might feel like it.
Yeah.
But if you sort of zoom out a little,
there's going to be a pattern.
Yeah. What do you think of the whole sort of thing? Because this was actually even said to me in the emergency room by a man who was sitting in a chair next to where I was standing on one foot. Nice. When they say that women have a higher threshold for pain than men, I'd like to know your stance on like what is that really? Do you think we do, or are we just taught that we have to behave a certain way while in pain?
Both. I think probably biologically we have a higher tolerance for pain because we give birth to humans generally. Like, if you have those body parts,
you got to be able to withstand that.
Right. Like, so if you have those reproductive organs, then you're probably wired for a higher pain tolerance, I think. I mean, just look at those stupid videos you see of like men putting on the period
that's funny
simulator, and they're like,
and we're doing that while like at work and no one can tell.
I mean, so like that. But I also do think that we are also socialized whilst being told that we're weaker and more emotional and more sensitive and more dramatic. We're also socialized to believe that like our pain is insignificant and that we're not allowed to speak up and that we have to put ourselves last to take care of everybody else.
Because it'd be too disruptive.
Right. Like I think that we are socialized to manage our pain and mask our pain or just eat it. Like it's not just shut up about it, you know?
I 100% agree with you. I think the ask for attention, like to say, I need attention because I'm in pain, is so messed up. Because I literally have to say to you, I'm in pain. You're asking me to describe it. And I have to do that. But then you're acting as if I'm making too big of a deal of it. Or you're not, listen.
Right.
The times my husband has had something and the amount of painkillers he was given versus the times I've had like organs ripped out of my body and they're like, here's one. Like it doesn't make any sense. So it's like, how do those two stories exist that like we have a higher threshold for pain, but yet we're
I think that
dismissed?
Yeah, I think that like women, speaking of pain as women, I think it's like a really good microcosm for the conflict that women oftentimes feel in this society. Is that like we're told that we're X, Y, and Z, but the reality is really like A, B, and C. Like we're really like pain is such a like what I described before about like being told we're being dramatic, not being dismissed and not being taken seriously.
Right.
But also like doing things that require so much pain management and so much control of ourselves.
Right.
You know, that's why women are constantly frustrated.
Yes.
Because you're like, you don't see me, you don't hear me, you're not listening.
Yes. I mean, when I was a kid, I figured it out as an adult. I've like cracked the code enough. But like when I was a kid, I was constantly being told that I wasn't exhibiting pain right.
Correct.
Yeah, I had a broken foot and they wouldn't check it because they were like, you couldn't walk if you did. And I would be like, huh?
And it was.
When I finally got someone to like, do you know what I mean?
Right,
and again, that was like in the 80s and 90s. And I think we've come a long way. And I got to say, in this journey with my back, I've had like all really great people. Like there hasn't been one person who was like, you're over exaggerating it.
Right.
I mean, what is that thing that they say? I saw, what is her name? Mary Claire
Havers.
Yes. Was talking about like white women tears they teach you in medical school and like to not believe them. And
what was the thing? It was like a W something.
Yeah.
I forget what it was.
Like
it was
she's a WWT or something. Yeah. It's like a real thing.
They're taught to dismiss women.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, so if I come in crying, you dismiss me. But if I'm acting tough and I can speak in clear sentences and tell you that I'm in pain, you also dismiss me.
Right.
So it's this really difficult thing. And it's like, you know, even, I know this is a really autistic thing to say, but for telling me to rate my pain on a scale of 1 to 10, I can't do it.
I was just going to say, throw in some neurodiversity like autism or ADHD and like it's even harder.
Yeah.
To communicate
like
how your body feels.
And is the scale for me? Or is it for everyone in the world? Because I bet a soldier...
I can't tell you how many times we've had this conversation.
On a battlefield, Jamie's sick of hearing this, has leg blown off. His 10 is different than my 10.
No.
But this is what happens when you ask somebody like me that question. And I'm like, then I'm trying to compare all the pain I've ever had. And like, I know childbirth was the worst pain I've ever been in, but that pain is so different than this pain. So how do I... If I'm going to say childbirth is a 10, I can't call this a 10. So the people are like, are you going to answer? And I'm like, I'm thinking. Like, I don't know. You tell your story of your eye exam.
Oh God. So I have my new glasses, and they're real. Awesome. They're real glasses. I've been wearing cheaters for years, and
you got the real thing.
I got the progressives.
You're so progressive.
I am super progressive, and always now.
And the glasses are like revealing what's under the surface that you couldn't see.
Exactly. But I was having actual like anxiety, not panic, but like anxiety, going to the eye appointment.
Yeah.
That I like wasn't going to do well on it, and that like I wasn't gonna get like that, like my vision wasn't gonna be as good as it was before, and like obviously that's why I'm going. Like
you want the gold star at the end, right? Like I'm not gonna get it.
So I had to literally say to him. Thankfully, he was this like wonderful doctor, and he was like,
he was young, which I think is
he was younger, like, and it was very helpful. And we did like the first couple tests, and I was like, hey, I just gotta say like. I'm having some anxiety right now, but like I really feel like this is something that I want to pass and I want to do really well at, and I know that defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do in your job, so I just need to like say it out loud. And he was like, this is not a test. He's like I want to see what your eyes are doing. This is not an eye and I go, it's called an eye exam.
It should be like an eye analysis,
an eye evaluation.
Words matter.
But it was like enough, and I said it in my like funny self-deprecating way. So he started laughing, and then I was like, okay, I like made him laugh. 10 points. Like, so then I calmed down, and then
you were like, well, I might not get the points for passing the exam,
but I get the comedy points.
I'll get the like class clown points.
So then he changed the way that he was like approaching it with me.
Yeah.
Like he started changing the words he was using with it, and I was like, okay. And now I can see.
Now you have awesome glasses. You literally got them on your way here. Yeah. So yes, but I think we do that, right? Like when someone says, you know, see if you can read that letter.
I want to read the
I'm gonna fucking read that letter. I don't care how much I gotta squint. Yeah.
Well, and also like I always used to be able to read the letter. Right. So like what is that saying that like now I can't read the bottom line anymore? Like, oh Jesus. Yeah. Now you're an old lady. So that's what I mean. Like that's what I meant, that like it's never just like where you are in the moment. It's always the stories you've told yourself before. So it's like, yes, now I can't read that bottom line on the eye exam. No big deal. I can't read it. But there are those voices that are like, so now you're older.
Yeah.
And what does that mean, being older?
I was gonna say, what is your story always?
Right. So it's like, I mean, I'm fine being older, but it's like you're older, like you're the old lady. You can't see, like you're useless. Like no one, like society doesn't care anymore. Like they don't take you seriously. Like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All these stories,
that ageism.
That line, those lines are running like subconsciously in your head, and you think you're just taking an eye exam, and you don't realize why you're getting defensive or upset that you can't read the smallest line.
I'm always thinking like everyone is going to be so disappointed in me.
Really?
For not passing my eye exam. What?
Oh.
Like I'm going to have to, if I, like wearing glasses is a sign that I couldn't hack it. I couldn't hack that test. And everyone's going to be like, really? We were relying on you for your good sight. None of this has ever happened. It's not true. None of it will ever happen. Yeah. As it's running a script in my head, I don't believe it. No. I know it's ridiculous. I let it run and then I move on. But I just think like, who on earth am I letting down?
Right. And mine was like, and now you're going to have to wear glasses forever. It's like that ADHD
commitment
thing.
Yeah.
It's like the commitment, ADHD, like now you're going to have these forever. You can't ruin them. You have to take care of them. Like you have to, they're so expensive and blah, 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 and the American healthcare system. And it's like this whole thing. And you're like,
yes.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, why do I hate myself?
X, Y, just guessing.
It's because I can't pass an eye exam. I had an eye doctor who their whole job.
That's his whole job. He doesn't want me to do well. He wants to prescribe me glasses. He makes more
money out of it. Yeah, exactly. So it's so silly.
Yes.
But it's what we do. Yeah. You know, even when they were like testing my body to see what the hell was going on, they'd be like, all right, I need you to like move your leg like this. And I'm like, I'm going to move it like that so good.
You're like, no, you're supposed to show them that it hurts.
You got to show them that you can't move it like that. Like, I'll get up on this table. I'll figure it out. No, show them that it hurts to get on the table. You know,
exactly.
Like it's so exhausting to fight yourself on it. But again, if you know your shit, you'll do better.
Exactly.
There's this like opposite of us that exists in the world that I am so, and you are too, so like flummoxed by and so triggered by, and it's because they are the polar opposite of us. It's because they're issues, and we just both I was giving an example of something, and I was bringing up a certain person who is like the epitome of this that we both used to know, and I couldn't think of their name, and you thought of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And it is this like victim energy.
Yep.
It 100%. Is this narcissistic. And
yep.
Again, through your process of dealing with shit, you should enter victimhood. I do a thing where I say to Matt, can I just have 5 minutes of being like a complainy baby? And he'd be like, you can have
like dirt.
Much as you want.
Yes.
But it just makes me feel better to put a container on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get all my complaints out of feeling bad for myself. And then I'm like, and seen.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Right.
Moving on now.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's part of the process.
Yeah.
But there is a narcissistic kind of person. We talked about this on our
narcissism.
Yeah, episode. That word left my brain.
It's the pain.
It's the meds. And they suck the life out of the room. Mm-hmm. So if they have any sort of issue or ailment or injury or whatever, the whole room has to be about it. Everyone has to be fully engaged in it and giving all of their energy to it. And it is so triggering to me. I can't even describe to you the amount of management I have to do in my system to not be like 10 out of 10 angry.
Agreed.
And it's because we're the opposite. It's because we're trying our hardest not to take up any of the energy in the room.
Oh, no. Right, exactly. Not for that. Certainly not to like complain and...
you know what? I'm just going to keep talking for 4 hours and raise my hand in every workshop or every class and tell everyone my story and make everyone listen to my story. And even though it's clear, the energy in the room turns real quick on.
There's always someone like that. There's always someone in a college class or a meeting that you're in at work. I mean, actually not at my work.
A lot of works there are,
No, not my work. But
nice.
I'm lucky. That's why I work there.
Right. That's why you've been able to stay.
But most places, like there's someone who just makes it about them. And like, even if there's nothing to complain about, they find something to complain about.
And there's a difference between like, let me make something about me for a minute and talk and share.
Right.
And this energy, which is just like, this is everyone's part. I want everyone.
Right.
I'm not going to think about anyone else in the room. It's just
no like self-awareness, no concept of like what the room is doing, what other people are feeling. Like,
dude, that's what it is as two people who are like,
we're overly
chronically self-aware that like the people who don't have it at all, it's just like,
well, because it seems very, which is my issue, inconsiderate.
Oh yeah. It's not very accommodating either.
It's very inconsiderate to like not, for someone who's always considering all of the things that are happening around them.
Even if you don't like the person,
I'm watching the time,
you're considering
I'm watching the counter here. I'm like watching to make sure, like I'm considering all of the things. Like, so for someone to like consider nothing, not only is it disrespectful, but I'm like, well, oh, that must be nice.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't give a shit about anybody or anything.
Yes. I think that a lot. I'm like, oh, just like if I could just a half an hour exist in a brain like that, that might be a nice vacation.
Right.
But yeah, so I think you see the opposite of that, and then you automatically go like, if I'm not so considerate and so aware and so managing my disruption and so managing my revealing, then I'm that.
Right.
No, you're not.
No,
exactly. Do you know what I mean? But that's the
it's
story.
Too extreme. Those are like polarizing ideas.
And that's what your ego does, right? It loves the black and white and the two extremes.
It does.
So
it does
just saying, like, look at what you're afraid of being. Like, how are you afraid of coming off? Because it's probably not realistically how you're coming off.
No, it's not.
Yeah. And, you know, I really do find, like, even though I yell at Jamie for being self-deprecating, like a good acknowledgement in the beginning of that feeling in you with a doctor or with another person.
Oh, yeah.
Of just like, hey, this is not super, like I said to the few people, now everyone knows, I told about my injury. I told them what was going on. This is it. And I would say something like, I really don't love to receive sympathy. I would much rather you make fun of me and joke around about it. That would feel way better to me. Right. I say that. And then of course they do give me sympathy, but then they move on to the other part because they respect that and they understand that.
Yeah. You did something. You said, I texted you like how are you feeling? And you said like, you did something. I wrote, nice deflect, like nice change of topic. You're like feeling fine. So how's such and such? And I was like, wow, that was like expert level.
I didn't remember.
I should look it up.
But yeah, like, but I'm just saying like the acknowledgement or saying like, yeah, I don't, one, do I need to work on the fact that receiving sympathy is very uncomfortable for me? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Am I mad at you for giving me it? No, I appreciate it. Do I tell people I don't know not to give me sympathy? No. I don't. I'm not an asshole.
No, but
if I express like, hey, that's a little hard for me. You can ask me questions about this. We can talk about it. But if you keep being like, oh, you poor thing.
Oh, no.
I'm going to lose it. I can't manage that. I start to feel bad, and then I start to think about, oh God, now I'm making you feel bad for me. It's just a whole spiral. So you also have to feel like you can communicate that. But even in a doctor's thing, I'll say to them like, listen, I don't do a great job explaining my level of pain. I tend to undersell it.
Yeah.
I don't mean to do that, but if you can help me with that, that would be great. Right. Immediately the doctor is like, oh.
Yes.
It changes the whole mood. It changes the whole tone. Even like I'm having trouble sitting up right now. And they'd be like, oh, let's lay you down. Okay, now I can talk. But then I feel like, oh, I don't want to be that girl who's like, I can't sit in the chair. You know? Well, you gotta.
Yeah.
Call it out.
Yeah.
I feel like your call out is like your eye test, but it's also like, hey, I'm running the script right now about our interaction.
Yes. Right.
I'm just going to let you know it.
Yes.
So that you can help me not be stuck in that script.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
What would you add? I mean, I want to say like you can look up the energetic roots of whatever you have going on, and you'll find different answers because you'll find like Louise Hay has a lot of stuff. Okay. I'm not sure of the origins of hers. But you can. I mean, I don't have a problem with Louise Hay, but like you can find a book on that. And then there is like Chinese medicine has its own system for that. Ayurveda, which is Indian, like its own system for that.
Yeah.
So I would say look at all of it and then see what like your intuition holds on. Like that seems right to me.
Yeah, I usually just Google like the thing and then like literally like knee pain.
Yeah.
Energetic cause.
Yes. Right. Me too.
And see what comes up.
And look at a bunch of different sources.
Right.
Look at Chinese medicine. Look at
all the different
Indian.
ones.
Look at Louise Hay or the psychic down the street that put a list up. You know what I mean?
Right.
All of it and see what
or think about
works.
it or think about it yourself. Like you said, like you sort of dissected a little bit like what the slip disc is. Like what's it a metaphor for?
I mean, as soon as I saw the word resentment, I texted it to you.
Yes.
And we both were like, yeah.
But like you think about a knee, like what does a knee do? It bends. It helps move you forward. So like are you having an issue being flexible? Are you having an issue moving on from something? Like headaches, that's where you're thinking, that's where you're processing things. Like are you having like you can do a little detective work on your own also.
Exactly. Back is like, are you holding too much up?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Glasses, right, is the way you see the world.
Right.
Do you need a little support? I mean, look at the world.
Right. I do need help. I need goggles. I need blackout goggles to see the world.
I also will say with claircognizance your way to the glasses too, because you were dealing with neck pain that was caused by your lack of vision, but you didn't know that. But then you like finally just randomly went to the eye doctor.
I know, and he was like, "Oh, do you have neck pain?" And I was like, "Yes."
It's incredible.
Fix me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'll fail any test you want me to fail. Like, just fix me.
Not have this neck
pain.
Right,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. What else would you add to this conversation?
I mean, I would just circle back to what I said at the beginning is that like all of this is well and good and great. And if you can use this information to look into like why you might be processing things the way you are and why things might be showing up the way they are, awesome. But like, don't forget to get medical help if you need it.
Absolutely. It should take from all of it.
Right, exactly. Balance.
Yeah,
balance.
And also talk to your therapist about it.
100% talk to your therapist about it. Right, exactly.
And don't just go like, I've had all this bad luck in the medical world. Like, me too. But
I know.
So you go, okay, I've had all this bad luck. I mean, sometimes your friend has to make you, which is okay too. And go, okay, but I'm going to find someone who will listen to me. I'm going to find someone who's a good match for me. Yeah. For a doctor or to help me treat this.
That's what you did.
I did, right. Yeah. So don't just stop at that place. I'm guilty of it, but or at least if you are guilty of that, have someone who will drive to your house, enter when you are trying to change into pants and catch you in your underwear and be like, hey, dummy, you need to go to the hospital, you crazy human being. Yeah. And I was like, I don't really think I do. And you were like, you can't walk.
And I've seen it with my own eyes now.
So have that too. But yeah. And just be nice to yourself about it. This isn't blame.
No.
This is information that you can use to move through it. And like, if you figure out what your energy thing is, like disruptor, revealer, if you're either of those, or you've got your own,
yeah,
like, please share with the class.
Archetypes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let us know what you come up with.
Yeah.
All right. I think I need, I got to switch from the heating pad to the ice. And I need a cup of coffee.
Another ibuprofen too, I'm sure.
All right. Let's go do that.
Hey everyone, Heather and I have an ask for you. If you love this episode or if you love the IGG, can you do us a favor? We need you to go onto whatever platform you listen on and download, subscribe, like, love, whatever it's asking you to do. Can you go do those things for us on the platforms that you listen on? It would mean so much to us.
Thanks for listening to our episode. For a way to get in touch with us, please visit our website, intuitivegirlsguide.com. We love hearing your feedback on our episodes.